Yo, Juju just had a short circuit. I am dead. But at the end of the day, if we have to care, in a way, give an F about what people think, let's make sure those people actually matter and they actually understand the context. Because otherwise, so many of us, we forfeit, we give up what we want to do for the opinions of those that we don't really care about at the end of the day. Hello friends, my name is Benoit Kim, a UPenn educated licensed psychotherapist and your favorite yapper. Welcome to my detailed psychological analysis of My Dress Up Darling episode 8. Assassination Zero, Tirtanas, Wei Xiang, Samsonian, Helixi, Jin Ichimaru, Roxy Lohmuller, and Mexi TC are the sponsored tier highlights of today's video. Shout out to your support. Remember, you matter. We are all worthy. Sit back and I hope you enjoy. Why are we starting with this suspenseful murder mystery type of background music? Ding 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 ding. Is this Freaky Friday? You know, I realized Marine's attitude toward Juju is like our attitude towards like a cute pet, like a cute dog, cute cats. A lot of guys are like, oh, girls change their voice when they're like, oh my gosh, so cute. Come on, y'all, let's be honest. Guys do the same thing. Our voices change automatically. Goes up a tone, a pitch, because they're so cute. Marine has the exact same attitude toward Juju. Juju's like this very adorable cat. Adorable cat for Marine. Very talented. Wow. Wow, those are sick edits. Interesting. I love Juju's passion, and this is where I think why Juju recognized herself and she saw a piece of herself in Marine. She didn't get into cosplay for virality, to go viral, for popularity, for Instagram, for that clout, but rather she just loved it. Same thing for Marine. And her sister, her adorable sister, she's like, oh, my sisters are so cute. I want other people to appreciate her cuteness, her kawaii-ness as well. And then the rest is history, sounds like. And I relate with the sister because a lot of introverts who are influencers, YouTubers, who have a public presence, it is very interesting because you don't really know them in real life, but you care about them, they respond to you, you guys engage together. And a lot of my friends who are introverted, they do struggle with this online presence because what are they? Are they friends, acquaintances, especially if you do get to know them, not just for fan base, but actually as friends, like other influencers and other YouTubers and other people who are within the network. So I think that's what the sister is depicting, that, oh, I didn't expect all this to blow up, and how do I really interact with them? Because they compliment my sister, but they're strangers technically. So it's a very wobbly, area. Amazing. Aww. Amazing sisterhood. Aww. 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 One quick yap. All that matters and the only opinions that we need to really care about are the people that we truly care about. Does that make sense? Of course, it's easier said than done because outside perception matters, and I talked about that, right? Our self-esteem, especially for adolescents, our perception of ourselves is inevitably comprised of perception by others about who we are. But at the end of the day, if we have to care, in a way, give an F about what people think, let's make sure those people actually matter and they actually understand the context. Because otherwise, so many of us, we forfeit, we give up what we want to do for the opinions of those that we don't really care about at the end of the day. Does that make sense? And that's what Juju is saying, that I don't really care about the strangers, but I love that my sister loved my cosplay account and she loves me and I love her. And we saw that Juju's deriving so much more dopamine and happiness from the adorations of her sister instead of adorations from her whatever hundreds and thousands of followers. Sounds like she really made it big. Episode 8 is called Backlighting is the Best. So again, as I talked about, the titles are getting less clickbaity, which is, you know, it is what it is. Sounds like the show is really doing well.
カメラはお父さんの一眼レフを借りてます。
Nice.
かっこいい。カメラが趣味なんです。おっとな。
That's why Juju's sister knows how to edit, because you saw that Juju's photos are very well edited, and that's why it's very high quality. And it makes sense that, you know, the little sister, although she's in middle school, she knows about Photoshop editing, presumably, because her dad is an enthusiast and a hobbyist for photography.
これはレンズ交換をしなくていいカメラなので便利です。
Yes.
レンズを変えるとラジオにとっても違いがあって面白いですよ。
はい。
はい。やっぱり高画質なのと。
Yes, but obviously iPhone 17 Pro, they were just enabled with black magic and all this, you know, log and different shooting style, not to get too nerdy. So a lot of the top of the line cameras like iPhones and such, even Samsung, their quality is comparable to professional cameras. But of course, there is obviously margins of differences. But at the end of the day, it's the editing, it's all the lighting, it's the setup, it's the composition that really makes the photo shine, in addition to just the quality of a camera per se.
できる表現が多いです。例えば、花を背景に撮る場合、
I didn't realize we're gonna get a photography 101 lesson episode 8. This is great.
レイヤーさんを引き立てることができたり、
Wow, dude, she's good. Yo, she's good. I guess Gojo is Marine's, what is it, personal butler? Freaking cosplay experts, makeup artists, right? All that. And I guess Juju's little sister is Juju's photographer and personal manager. That's a great photo. Wow.
い
Slow
い
mo.
なあ、マジ楽しそう。はい。イメージ通りに撮れたり、ふとしたいい表情が撮れると、 もっと可愛く撮りたいってなります。しかも撮るのがジュジュ様。
Also, I bet what Juju's not saying, but I know what she feels, is I think in part the reason why Juju's fallen in love with cosplay and going to continue her cosplay journey, I'm sure it's in part also for her sister. Because just like Juju's sister wants to see other people appreciate Juju's cosplay because cosplay is Juju's love, vice versa. Juju also understands at this point that her little sister loves photography, loves taking photos, editing, the whole process. So it's such a complementary process. And again, one of the best things we can do for those that we love is do the things they love together. Doing what they love together is such an amazing way to deepen your relationships and just quality time. Because quality of time, I think, exceeds and is more important than quantity of time. Because it's what creates depth. Regardless if you're blood family or not, you have to put in the work. And in that sense, through this serendipitous process and serendipity, it's amazing that Juju's cosplay hobby and Juju's sister's photography hobby complement each other so well. And I hope they continue this process together because it's win-win-win scenario.
上がるよね。はい。っていうか、真珠ちゃんはコスしないの？ 楽しそうじゃん。自分もみたいな。私、真珠もしたかったの？ないです。したくならないです。お姉ちゃんは撮るのが好きなので。
Juju's sister hesitated. I wonder if she's suppressing her wants about this cosplay because she's insecure and she has, you know, anxiety, anxiousness, embarrassment, but she's hesitating, which suggests that she does want to cosplay.
私はしません。そっちか。
See? Hesitation.
ねえ、しんじちゃん、カメラちょっと触ってもいい？どうぞ。
And did you see the camera switching to Gojo? And I think Gojo, again, in a way, just like Juju seeing a piece of herself in Marine, I think Gojo saw a piece of himself in Juju's sister. Because I think Juju recognized, oh, I think she is suppressing her wants and needs because of maybe insecurity. And just like Gojo struggled with insecurity issues his whole life.
カメラいいな。私も綺麗な体型ボケ。絶対買おう。
一眼レフカメラっていくらくらいなんですかね。
$1,000, $1,500? $1,800?
声でかっ。三脚やストロボなんかも揃えると思う。
Mountaining pressure of money.
ドン引きじゃん、五条くん。
この前のイベントで皆さんが
Yes. Mm-hmm.
あるまではスマホで撮るって感じかな。
あ、北川さん買うのをためらうとかないんだ。
カメラはピンキリだから無理し。
Mm-hmm. Again, so many people get caught up in paralysis by analysis, being paralyzed by overanalyzing and overthinking. Oh, I need to wait for the perfect point. And I'm very, very, very against perfectionism, air quotes, because I struggled with that myself growing up. And so many people using air quote perfectionism, it's an excuse. Oh, I have to wait for the perfect lighting, perfect budgets, perfect setup, perfect equipment, the perfect moment. But the perfect moment never exists. Air quote, the perfect moment is the moment you decide you're going to give it your all and give it a shot. Not even giving your all, just giving it a shot. Because by you waiting for this perfect moment, X amount of days, weeks, months have gone by, maybe even years. And those are the time that you could have spent refining your craft, getting better. Does that make sense? And so many people get caught up in this air quotes, seemingly enticing perfect moment. But perfectionism is a lie. It's an excuse. That's why so many people who struggle with perfectionism never make it happen. They never do the things they said they would because they're still waiting. And how long are we gonna wait for that moment, right? And that's what Gigi's saying. There's so many cameras, so many things. Just do it within your budget and give it a shot, and we get better at it. If our equipments are slacking, then work on the editing process. Get better at color grading and so on. So there are other ways to mitigate the, I guess, gap within your equipment. So anyway, I hope this is a call and this is a sign for those that are watching. Whatever you want to start, passion projects, anything in between, just let go of that paralysis, let go of this overthinking, just do it. Shell above, right? Just do it! But for real, the perfect moment doesn't exist.
私たちロケハン行くんだけど、あなたたちも一緒に行く？
One more comment about the perfect moment. I'm very big on walking the walk and talking the talk. If you guys don't believe what I just said, go back to my first anime video based on my pivot, because I've only been doing anime reaction for about a year. Go to my very first free run episode 1. Actually, from episode 1 to like episode 5, or episode 3, I think. I'm pretty sure I didn't even look at the camera. I was just looking at my screen, right? I had all these earthquake moments because I kept hitting my mounts and my table. If you remember those earthquake moments, shout out to you. You're an OG. Appreciate you staying along until for the last past year or so. But yeah, just look at Mike. And those free run videos did amazingly well, like 100,000 and so on. And I didn't even look at the camera. My frame was shaking half the time. But I knew I had to get it started and then get better in the process. Anyway, some proof.
じゃあ、週末新三郷駅で待ち合わせね。
Making plans? Nice.
こういうスタジオもあるんですね。
Wow.
私、
Abandoned
廃
hospital.
墟初みたいな。私もです。今日とっても楽しみで。昨日なかなか眠れなくて。
Is this the reason why the episode started with this murder mystery, Freaky Friday type of background music? Because the backlighting, the studio that's gonna take place is in an abandoned hospital. That's creepy.
確かにプリンセスデイジーの右ストレートに敗れて逃げ込んだ廃病院にぴったりですね。
そうね。シオンが自問自答するシーンが好きなのよ。
Look at Gojo being able to give his input, even understand the context of why they're doing this photo shoot in an abandoned hospital. Because the scene they're going for is a depressing scene because of the character's defeat. I think Juju in that moment, she didn't verbalize it, but she's like, dang, Gojo put in the work. He said what he would do. Watch 126 episodes to catch up. Because being contextualized matters. Context creates the best content.
っていうかあなた、本当に全話見たのね。
五条くん、あたしら上見てくるね。
はい。雰囲気ありますね。
It's kind of creepy.
どうかしましたか？
別に。
They're still high schoolers at the
も
end
し
of
か
the
して
day.
乾さん、こういう場所苦手なんですか？
Captain Obvious?
そんなわけないでしょ。何言ってんの。ほら、行くわよ。
苦手
Oh.
なんだ。
ストロボとレフ板は屋外の撮影でも使えるのであるといいですよ。
外晴れてても？
はい。でもそれだと顔が暗くなってしまうので。
レフ板使って明るくするんだ。
です。
教えよ
逆光おすすめです。
なんか降りそうだね。
Look at the power of authentic self. Being authentic to yourself by being authentic and embracing what you love. This power of passion and hobby is bringing all these people who otherwise never would have crossed paths together. Isn't that lovely? That's why being authentic is so paramount to our mental health, but also making deep connections. It's amazing.
あたしも映えるとこでやってみたいな。てか、
Oh, it's getting dark, cloudy. Of course it rains.
降ってきましたね。乾さん、
大丈夫よ。疲れた。
大丈夫じゃなさそう。入り口で待ってますか？
ダメよ。
お、
ブラックリリーのコスができるんだもの。ちゃんと中を確認しておかないといい写真が撮れないでしょ。
Dude, she's tremoring, she's shaking.
してきますから、入り口で待っててください。
ちょっと、私は自分で。
ですが、無理してますよね。
あなた、将来の夢ってある？
Oh, we're
はい。
getting existential.
ひな人
Nice.
形の頭師、人形の顔を作る職人になることです。
素敵な夢だわ。絶対に叶えなさい。
Aww.
私は。
Callback. This is a callback and reference to episode 1 when Gojo fell in love. Love at first sight with Hinadolls, with Grandpa. Same thing, Juju sounds like also fell in love with anime and cosplay. And again, so much unconditional acceptance. Ever since Gojo met Marine, his life just got brighter and brighter, and he met so many amazing humans who accept him for who he is.
子供の頃魔法少女に
I
憧れて
love these anime
夢
sections.
中で。わかるじゃない？あれは全部作り物の世界で、魔法少女みたいに努力しても願っても私の夢は一生叶わないんだって衣装が売ってることを知って。
Magica isn't real, but money is real.
なかったし、メイクもしてないし、衣装のサイズは合ってなくて、
Hey, see, but you gotta start somewhere. Exactly what I'm
初
saying.
めてのコスはひどいものだったけど、
But she started.
それでもただ本当に嬉しかった。
Yes.
無理。
乾さん、
何よ。
そんなに大切な衣装なのにどうして俺に頼んだんですか？俺より上手い方はたくさんいます。
You're pretty good, Gojo.
なんで俺だったんですか？
北川マリンの写真を見た時嫉妬したのよ。嫉妬なんてみっともないって分かってるけど、本当にどうしようもないくらい羨ましかったの。
Quick PSA, jealousy and envy serves a purpose. There's functionality to this emotion that we call jealousy slash envy. We only feel this emotion of jealousy slash envy when it's pertaining to things we really, really care about. So in a sense, when we have this feeling, and of course it doesn't feel good, I wouldn't call it pathetic. That's a very strong of a word. I don't know if that's a translation thing. I would rather say, hey, when we feel this emotion of jealousy and emotion coming up, we can reframe that as, oh, I really, really care about this thing. And because I care about it so much, I want it too. And because I also want it, because I care about it and I love it so much, oh, I'm feeling jealous. So we need to first validate and acknowledge our feelings of jealousy, envy, anger, depression, sadness, fill in the blank. And then think about why we're feeling this emotion. And based on the why, we can do something about it, right?
私もこの人の作った衣装が着たい。どうしてもこの人じゃないとダメだって。
Dude, Gojo, you're good. Amazing, I would say.
たくさんいるわ。でもごめんなさい。うまく説明できないわ。理屈じゃないのね。私きっとあの時一目惚れしたのよ。あなたが
Wow,
作った衣装に。
goosebumps.
正直に言うと、
Wow.
自分でも嫉妬したのには驚いたわ。でも
Yes, exactly.
世界で一番か。いっぱいある人形屋の中からパッと目が止まって、この人形が一番って気に入ってもらえるよう必死こいて作ってるから。一番って
It's awesome. Love at first sight.
大きくなったらおひなさま作れるようになりたい。ちいちゃんみたいになりたい。
Oh, that's the best thing young Gojo could have said, and I'm sure his grandpa is like over the moon, right? And think about how trippy this concept beauty is. Humans are the only creatures in this planet Earth that we can appreciate this concept called beauty, this divinity. Think about beauty. They serve no practical purposes. They don't feed you. They don't pay your bills. Now, of course, a lot of artists, they make profit and they make a living out of making art for sure, but that's not what I'm talking about. The actual practical purpose, application of art and beauty, it's not really logical, is it? Art and beauty serve no evolutionary purpose either. It doesn't help with our offspring reproduction, our genes. Yet, here we are. So many of us gravitate towards this divinity, this divine thing that we call beauty. Sacred geometry, right? So many other fields. Beauty is ubiquitous across all cultures, different languages, different time, different era. And humans are the only creatures that appreciate this. And it's so beautiful about that, right? And that concept in itself is very mind-boggling to me, that we can appreciate beauty and it doesn't fit with our evolutionary psychology and evolutionary biology. So that's what you know, Juju's saying. It doesn't have to be logical. It is not logical, but it's the intuition. It's this gut feeling, love at first sight. And intuition is so powerful. It's very meta, but it's amazing. And so many people's intuition, because you can train your intuition through mindfulness practices, meditation, and so on, can transcend the power of air quote logic. Because nothing is purely logical. Because logic is influenced by emotions, biases, limited information, etc. Intuition, on the other hand, is so powerful, right? And again, the divine nature of beauty. It's really something for us to think about. Like, it's so wonderful that we can appreciate beauty, cosplay otherwise. Anyway, not to get too soapy. Practice makes progression. She's so touched. Juju's like, Gojo's possessed! This is demon possession!
ありがとうございます。
Thank you so much!
ちいちゃんがあの時
Love at first sight.
そう言ってもらえるように必ず。
乾サジュナ17歳エスカレーター式女子校に通い初めてだった
Yo, Juju just had a short circuit. I am dead.
どうしたんですか？エネさん、
Ah.
大丈夫ですか？エネさん。
This is the reason why connection requires conversation, and conversation humanizes one another. At first, Gojo said yes to Juju's cosplay request because one, extortion and blackmail, obviously in a comedy way. But second, it's a request, and he's like, okay. She appreciates art, and I see Marine in Juju, and Marine loves Juju, so I'll do it as a favor. But I think now, truly, Gojo for the first time has internalized the magnitude, the gravity of this request. That this Black Lily outfit is true. It's Juju's dream. Her love at first sight, just like his love at first sight with his Hina dolls. So he's like, I'm going to give him my absolute best. Do you know how to get motivated? You get motivated when you feel inspired. And you cannot hack or manufacture inspiration. It strikes or it doesn't. But right now, that inspiration definitely struck Gojo so viscerally hard. And that's why he held her hands. But of course, unintendedly, she's short-circuiting because she goes to all-girls school. I never thought our Gojo-kun will make a girl faint. I'm dead, yo. Through physical contact.
五条くん
So random.
だから人全然いなくて最高
All
じゃ
for photo shoot. Okay.
貸し切り状態なんだけど
Is this a beach date or is it a photo shoot?
言ってましたよね。映えるところでって。
いや全然違くて
Also, I like Marine's always eating. And Gojo, come on, think. Would Marine be eating a freaking hamburger, a burger, before her photo shoot? No.
って感じ
It's just a hangout.
とか青春っぽくない陽気
Power of youth.
そうだ。北川さんはこういう人だった。行動力。
これリップだな五条くんポテトもちょうだい
はい。
ポテトポテト
え？
ん
ちょ。
私の
Yo! That speed. Dang, Marine seriously asked Gojo to feed her a fry? Yo, after that home date in last week's episode, just skyrocketing, man.
まだついてくるんだけど
離れた場所で。
They're the
食べます
prey.
か？
They're being
いや
hunted. Ooh, boba.
もう一回取られたらそん時でしょ
Man, where does Marine just get her this just blinding optimism, blinding positivity? And it's not toxic because she's not suppressing, she's not in denial. It's just who she is. The essence of herself is so blindingly beautiful. Like, I just feel this sense of like tranquility and I feel at peace when I'm watching Marine. Like, man,
わかりました。
lucky Gojo, huh?
五条くん
ポテトは諦めてください。
Nice toss.
今のうちに遠くに行きましょう。ハンバーガーはあと1個あります。
He's thinking about littering. Last one. Food is life, is what Marine's thinking.
どう
いただきます。
Oh,
ハンバーガーにしらすって合うんですね。
also watching this show, whenever there's no like etchy scene, I'm literally on the edge of my seat. I'm preparing emotionally, like when is gonna hit me, because you know managing expectations helps. But so far, this is suspiciously calm and suspiciously entirely wholesome.
Are you sure about that?
なわけないじゃん。足だけだって。場面行動だから水着ないし。こりゃ
Such a spontaneous human. Spontaneity, great.
自由だな。
What a free spirit. Oh,
ーやばい。
見てます。
just like Juju short-circuited when Gojo touched her, Gojo is also short-circuiting from seeing that black underwear.
はい。
Marine's interesting. Usually people that exude such positivity, they usually also have some sort of invisible emotional baggages, because we all have emotional baggages, full stop. So it's interesting. I'm curious to see if the show will reveal some of that, or she just amazing this. And she truly has worked through and processed a lot of her emotional baggages, like the grief, losing her, you know, mother, and so on.
早く早く。
ちょっと待ってください。
Ah, the youth in their school uniform. The power and beauty of youth. Oh, best
波、
feeling.
本当に冷たい。すごい。砂が。
Yeah, bro. It's your first time at the beach?
嘘、マジ？まあ、埼玉海ないしね。
What?
そうではなくてですね。俺、子供の頃からひな人形を眺めたり、
Oh.
じいちゃんの真似して面相書きの練習するのが。
He's been so dedicated. He's been so dedicated. He's never been to the beach. Again, another such beautifully meaningful first major milestone for Gojo. Going to the beach for the first time with a friend, not just a friend, a female friend, not just a female friend, a potential future significant other. Wow. Again, Marine is the light that shines upon other people, and in this case, brings Gojo out of his darkness and showing Gojo that, hey, Hina, those are beautiful, and your passion is beautiful as well. At the same time, the world is so much bigger than our tunnel vision. The world has so many other beautiful things to offer. Again, the divinity of beauty, the divine nature of beauty transcends just what we love. There's so many things. It's almost like the concept of looking for the miracle in the mundane.
そればかりで他に目もくれなかったんです。なので行ったことのない場所が多くて、この間
Is next episode about Marine creating a bucket list with Gojo and just, you know, pursuing other beauty and trying out a lot of things and expanding Gojo's horizon of experiences and worlds?
じいちゃんにいろんなものを見ろって言われたんですが、
Exactly.
本当ですね。テレビや写真で見るのとは全然。
Remember, inspiration creates motivation. And you need to feel a sense of awe. This feeling of awe that makes us feel small and big at the same time. When we get so immersed and our sense of self dissipates and disappear. That sense of awe and inspiration is instrumental to our creativity, those light bulb moments, the muse, right? That creatives and artists always chase after.
いいですね。海。綺麗です。
It's beautiful. Again, this reminds me of one of my favorite saying. Routine creates productivity, but novelty inspires. If you're seeking inspiration, you want to seek novelty like nature, beach, by interrupting our routine. But if you want to be productive, you want to seek routine, structure, regimens, and so on. So different purposes requires different pursue and approaches in life.
じゃあ私といろんなとこ行こうよ。
Yeah.
もうすぐ夏休みじゃん。私めっちゃ誘うし。だから私と二人で。
いいんですか？よろしくお願いします。
Aww.
嬉しいです。
Aww.
私なんか喉。
Marina is saying that I think a little bit romantically, like a date. And then I think Gojo just perceived that platonically. Because their wavelength, speaking of waves, pun intended, their wavelengths aren't quite in sync yet because of Gojo's, I think, disbelief that a girl like Marine could inviting me romantically and go on dates. And of course, for them to get on the same page, and the easiest and the most effective way of syncing our brainwaves, because we're not MRI machines, is communication, right?
だな。お茶飲んでくる。
Now she's getting shy. Aww. Marine's gonna look back at Gojo.
勢いで
Oh no.
二人でとか言って。やばやばのやば。今回のバレてたら初。 無理なんだけど。やばみ。
Aww. Gojo is soaking it all in. This is the power of awe. He's fully immersed into this, the beauty of nature, beauty of life. Amazing. What a scene, dude. Ah, goosebumps. Oh, this is amazing. I think this is my favorite episode to date. It's very subtle, quiet. It's like a quiet gut punch. Oh, look at him. Of course he falls. Ah. Aww.
もっと深くまで行こうとしたらワカメで滑ってしまって。
Oh, amazing.
なんだけど。
What a way to kickstart their summer vacation in July. Ah, power of youth. Anyway, hey, if you enjoy my perspective, things I share, and my yapping as always, smash a thumbs up so you don't miss out on the next video. And again, feel free to join our Patreon and YouTube family if you want early access and exclusive content. And remember, let's seek out beauty in life. Let's go a little bit bigger than our horizon, our limited perspective in life. And remember, routine creates productivity, but novelty inspires. And the best way to feel motivated is by seeking inspiration. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful episode. And remember, you matter and you are worthy. Till next week, peace.